Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
One of these days.
Hi.
One of these days, it's going to be beautiful and just smooth and awesome, and and it's going to be great.
Oh, not with me running the show.
No, I thought Tony was bad, but man, this is even worse. Which is fine. But anywho, hi everybody. Welcome to Naked Roll Rats. We're gonna play some D&D and hopefully have characters by the end of the session. Is the goal. So I'm Tam. I'm your guys' DM. Go by she, her.
Hi, I'm Tony. I play Artem Petrova, the Shadow Monk, and we both go by he, him.
Hi, I'm Ashley. I play Arista Tide Singer, the Glamour Bard. Both Arista and I go by she, her.
Hello, I am Finch. I go by she, they. I play Ruby the Libertaz, the Fathomless Warlock who goes by he, they.
Our wizard is out at the moment, but we have a wizard usually.
Do your impersonation.
Hang on, I can do Arista because there's a voice with it. No, I can't. I can't.
Die.
You just
I can't
just.
I was gonna. Yeah, that's the thing is Ethan's just kind of down here and just a little bit mad was really how Isaac sounds. So, but anywho, Ethan usually plays Isaac, our transmutation wizard, but he's out for the week. So just to give a heads up.
I'm Brad. I play Ball Tarboro, the Vengeance Paladin. We both go by he, him.
Perfect. While we are here, can everyone roll some luck for me, please?
Shit.
And I'm
Yes.
back up to full points.
First time I've ever gotten the full luck points.
That's
Congrats.
I really thought I was going to roll a 1 since I was sitting at 10.
Points, of course. I think I used at least 6 or 8 of mine to fuck with Isaac last time.
Well worth it.
Remember it was 6, so yeah, that's a 8 on that.
I should roll as well, shouldn't I?
No, it's
If
fine.
you want to, it's up to you.
I mean, I can, but
Yeah.
yep, that's
Probably.
fine. It's okay.
Perfect.
Probably shouldn't have.
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah, shouldn't have rolled. It wasn't worth it. It's fine. So the last time that we were here, you all had made it successfully to the Lindburn Isles, and had made it successfully to the island itself, or islands, you should say, of Lindburn. As you guys had come into the islands, there was a general kind of check-in and inspection made on your boat, and it's clarification done. Isaac was very much so put forth for, hey, this is the captain, and to which it seems like some of the people on this island already know who Isaac is, and we're not entirely excited about that fact. Particularly with Artem, there was a conversation made about how kind of messed up it is that you guys are traveling with him and everything. So as you all had, after this check-in, you were advised to go and see the Pirate King, due to the fact that you do have a bard on your boat. There was that kind of mandatory step needing to be done. As you guys were traveling from the docks to the Pirate King, there were some conversations had as to far as what kind of to expect once you get there. There were some investigations made about who the Pirate King was, and Ruby had reached out to the cardinal god of the north of Tyr, Vizin, and had asked for any details, to which Vizen was only able to procure a single scroll to Ruby. But that did not seem correct, and that did not sit right with the Owl God, and was going to investigate on his own. Meanwhile, you all decided to kind of keep leaning into the fact that Isaac could be captain, but really kind of put out there that Ruby was going to be the mouthpiece potentially here in this discussion, here amongst the Pirate King. To which you guys, coming onto this island that is just made of what looks like bits and pieces of boats just put together over and over, these awesome wooden statues of the front of ships, just acting as pillars throughout the entire island, and going onto the Pirate King's actual throne. You guys are guided onto a boat that basically has been just like split in half, and you are on one side and the Pirate King sits on the other, and you see just this absolutely disgusting individual on the other side, just covered in barnacles and blood, and a massive rope is around his neck, with a very large crusher claw on one hand, and of some kind of crustacean, and he looks to you with slightly bloodshot orange tan eyes, looking across at you all as you are entering into his throne room. And so that is where we're picking off. So at the top of this, this is where you see the Pirate King with this very, again, just like a disgustingly covered in barnacles and salt and what you can only assume to be dried blood hat, as well as he just stares off at the rest of you. One of the red men guards who escorted you all in just kind of motions for you to go forward.
Live stream?
Live stream?
Mm-hmm.
What's a live stream?
Something where you can't be in here for a little bit.
Okay. How's it
Well,
going?
Good. Can you finish covering up
you
Susie
got
for me
this.
real quick?
Good luck. Nah, just like give Ruby like a slap on the back.
Hello.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's good enough. Thank you, Bella.
Welcome.
Tell Mommy to
He
check her phone.
stares at you.
Ruby just has this awkward smile on his face. He just waits for him to say something.
Okay. You just see him reach out with his crab claw and just kind of motion for you to come forward.
Okay. Ruby will just shuffle along forward. He is nervous, but he seems to be playing it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. As you step forward, so the way that this is set up is, like I mentioned, that it looks like this boat has been split in half, and you're basically walking towards just this pillar that has just been made in the middle of this chunk of ocean. There is a probably 30 to 40 foot drop on either side of this pillar, and as you are walking across the bridge to it, again, a lot of this place just seems to be thrown together by whatever these pirates had means to do. So it's not the most ideal walk for you to be walking across this bridge. Potentially could be, OSHA would just have a field day here, basically, is what I'm saying. And
Let's land on their feet.
yeah. And as you approach, anyone with a, let's see, anyone with a passive perception of 16? Does anyone have that?
Very pretty.
I don't think any of us play Wisdom characters.
Okay.
I have
Yeah.
I have a passive of 15.
Here's your cookie.
Nice. Okay.
A passive perception of what?
16?
I do.
Okay.
I have
What
a
is
passive
yours?
perception. A passive perception of 16. Exactly
Okay,
16.
sweet. Okay. Arista, as you watch Ruby approach, you see that there is the noose that is around the Pirate King's neck. It looks like it's not necessarily cut off, like it broke or whatever, but it definitely just kind of like fades off. And you see that very much so give like a jolt when Ruby approaches.
I say nothing, but I will keep that in mind.
Yeah.
To later tell Ruby at a later point when they're not in front of
Okay.
this
The-
thing, man
yeah.
thing, whatever, monster. Yes.
The Pirate King just kind of leans forward on his throne of broken treasure, broken wood, broken boat, like just everything. Very like, I mean, if the Iron Throne was made by shipped parts, that's probably not too far off from where this could potentially look. And the Pirate King just smiles at you, Ruby, and goes, "You all came to me and my home. What are you here for?"
What are we called here?
Yeah, I just hold up an instrument.
And we were told to come see you as we had a bard on board. And Ruby will gesture to Arden.
Okay. The Pirate King smiles, and as he smiles, you see that, like, he's got just teeth that are starting to rot out, and you can almost, like, feel his breath from here. And he just kind of chuckles, and he goes, "From what I've been told, it's a newer practice, is that correct?"
Would you like the bard to speak for himself, or would you like me to?
You were the one that approached, so I thought that you were the one that had the answers.
I thought I'd simply give you the option, my good sir. Well, this gentleman over here certainly is rather new to the practice, but I guarantee you, he is one that learns very quickly.
And he just kind of stares off to Artem for a second. And then he kind of, like, makes his way through your crew for a second. And he goes, "So, how interested are you in keeping him?"
I'd say non-negotiable.
Good to know. That means you work for me.
If that is how we keep our bard, so be it. I'd gladly work with your community.
The smile kind of cracks again. And Arista, you see the rope just kind of jerk another bit. And the Pirate King goes, "All those who step on this island are mine. So it's good to know that you came expecting such a bargain."
I'm expecting anything for free these days is a bit much.
Fair. So, your ship, the catfish.
Indeed. I bet you can't wonder why.
You know, there is an art in subtlety, but I have a feeling that that does not fit your particular crew. And I admire that.
We excel in making people underestimate us, shall I say. A joke name like the catfish, I think, works wonders in that department.
Set them up to just spike them down, is that right?
Food? I like
That
food.
is a popular method of mine.
I'll be right back. Okay?
Oh,
Good to know. You may be of use to us as a bit more than I probably thought.
I am a very wanted man in many regards.
And who are you?
Where are my manners? Regular batters at your service.
I didn't know how spicy you
And your
wanted
crew.
it, and this is the spice pack.
Arista Tidesinger, Artem Petrova. I forget Isaac's last
Lick it.
name.
Crow.
I put some
Isaac
in
Crow.
you
And-
should lick it.
there. I put some in there.
Did I give you
already.
kids your
I
last
just
name,
didn't know
Paul?
how much you wanted.
I don't in character, I don't think Ruby ever got his
I
last
don't.
name.
Yeah, I don't know if Ball has introduced to that. You guys aren't that on that level yet.
We're bad friends. We don't know Ball's last name. We just know his name is Ball.
It's going to come
Name is
whisper.
his real name.
One
But I
just...
mean, it's okay. As long as you know his mother's name, it's fine.
Ruby's just going to whisper on that last one, just like, he's a no addition.
And the Pirate King just kind of, again, just kind of chuckles a bit.
I thought they were talking to me.
I would expect someone to know their crew backwards and forwards. I know everyone that steps on this island.
I've been looking at
All my islands.
Okay.
I simply find names are one thing that aren't quite as interesting. I mean, half the people who come aboard the ship lie about them.
I brought you chopsticks.
And you would never
fork,
do
if
such a
wanted to
thing.
use chopsticks on live.
I simply give you the name that I go by. Simple as that.
That's probably good.
He kind of smiles.
I put a
He looks
bunch
over
of
to
jalapenos in it too.
Ball and he goes,
And I think that
as I mentioned, I know everyone who's on my island. And your name?
I'll just look at him and not say anything currently. Kind of like questioning.
Yeah. And he goes, and looks back to Ruby and goes, I understand why you only know him by one.
He is a man of few words and few actions, but the ones he does take have a lot of weight behind them.
So, besides obviously looking for work that you are very obviously willing to perform yourselves,
Just a little bit though.
what brought you to Lindworn?
Ruby would like to do an insight, specifically
Okay.
to see how his eye is
I got it.
reacting to this
Yeah,
presence. To see
Okay.
if there's any kind of inkling or fear he gets from Corona, or if it's nothing.
Okay.
That's a nat 20.
Ooh, nice.
Do you want to hop into Macharo for me real quick?
Sure thing.
And Brad, will you follow? This man is not scared of you in the least. He looks at your eye as if it is a joke.
Alright. I think to that, Ruby will simply just respond with...
Hang on, because it was an insight check.
Okay.
Hop him back.
Right. Sorry. Very quick
We need-
one.
Yeah. Yep, go ahead.
Ruby is going to respond after noting what he found with. Are you asking for the group's mission or my personal mission?
If they're aligned, it would be helpful to know.
As a show of good faith, I will tell you both. Our group mission is to free. It is to God, I'm forgetting the god's name.
Sorna.
Thank you. We are here to ensure Sona can be free. If you ask what my personal mission is, it is that, yes, but also I am here for Lady Helena.
An instant amount of whispers kick off throughout the throne room as the waves almost seem to crash harder against the pillar that you're on, and there seems to be just kind of this bubbling of the water, but the guards seem to kind of like whisper at that. And the Pirate King goes, "Oh, I may only be able to help you with one of those."
The fact you can help with even one of them is most generous of you, sir.
So, and he kind of pauses and he smiles and he goes, "For such a small crew, this is quite the dealings with gods that you're messing with."
What can I say? I simply find my way into their bases often.
As do I. So which one is it? Would you like your precious dragon? Or your delightful lady?
Ruby looks back to everyone. And without missing a beat, he will crack a smile and will simply say, Lady Helena chose me as a champion because she believes in me. I think we will help with the other option, freeing Solon.
Fair enough. That can be arranged. So, what could I possibly have for you? Or do for you that could free such a lady from her particular? And he pauses, he goes, "No. She is much more than a simple cardinal, isn't she?" And he kind of starts to like twiddle a ring on his other hand. And he goes, "I have talkings with the ocean often. What do you all need?"
Ruby's gonna look back to his crew and is going to kind of just gesture to all of them, just like, don't be shy, give suggestions.
Well, if you had any kind of magical items that could be of help, like, I don't know, say something that's like black and spotty or something like that.
Oh, you are new to piracy, I feel, aren't you? Just be up.
How'd you know?
Just be upfront with your requests. I'm not going to kill you on first sight. I like to know who I'm working with first. You seek the black spot, I gather.
I mean, yeah. I mean, is there anything that we could do to maybe for you that could be like a trade kind of situation?
Quite honestly, yes. The problem with the black spot, as I currently am no longer in possession of it.
But you do know who has it, right?
Of course. It belongs to the depths.
Oh,
Another lovely crew of supposed individuals who were ne'er-do-wells and potential do-gooders came in and decided to steal it from me one day. And I made sure their boat sank.
Oh.
But I have yet to been able to retrieve it since. And he just kind of like starts clacking his massive crab claw and just kind of looking at it and looks to you all and goes, I have sent several to retrieve it. Are you all going to be good enough to actually obtain it for me?
I mean, pardon your, I do not know what the word is. How deep it is, because depending on how deep it should be easiest or hard to achieve. It would probably be more likely what it is else down there to contend with, because going to deep diving shouldn't be that bad, but there's surely has to be something else that is stopping them from getting that back.
The Pirate King chuckles and looks straight at Ruby and goes, I see you have good taste in company. And looks over.
Arista is a darling.
She just goes Arista does like, you know, she actually does that. FYI, I did that. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, she looks, or he looks straight at Ruby again, and goes, do you hang around her because she reminds you of your sea goddess?
I'd be lying if I said I didn't see the resemblance, but I hang around her because she has proven to be a good friend.
I will say the resemblance is up there.
Well, you know, they are two beauties. I can't deny you there.
Oh, that's so sweet. And again, she has no idea what her Ronan looks like. I'm sorry, continue.
There you go. I do have to add, I believe if anyone can succeed in this task, it would be us. I mean, we have one of the scariest monks I've ever seen. Like, seriously. We have Arista, a magnificent spellcaster. We have Isaac, one of the most intelligent people I have ever met. We have Bull, one of the strongest and most resilient people I have ever had the gracious knowing of. And of course, Lady Hona chose me for a reason. At least I like to think so.
Good to know that. And he kind of just, like, his tongue, like, kind of rubs across his lips, and he goes, it's good to know that I know what her taste is more now, after seeing you.
What is your opinion of Lady Hona, if I may ask?
Oh, she's, what did you say? A darling?
I'd say
Yes.
so.
Darling. Beautiful. Submissive. All the good things that you expect in a woman of the sea, and he looks over to Arista as he says that.
FYI, the faces I am making, those are the faces that I am making. Arista's like, this is not the first time Arista has heard that, so she just So she's just like, whatever. But meanwhile, I'm like, so yeah, I know if you, that is not the face. Those are not the faces Arista is making. That's just the faces I'm going like, ew.
Yeah.
Ruby's trying to
Ew.
be a straight face, but neither player. I am just like, look of disgust.
um, as the Pirate King looks over, his eyes hit Isaac for a second, and again just kind of smiles and looks to you all and goes, "Like I said, I have sent others to retrieve it, and it apparently hasn't been the easiest task. The black spot is indeed a great treasure, but it's not the only one that I know is amongst that wreckage. Bring to me the black spot. Bring to me any other items that you find within, and I will deal it as a conscious trade."
Trade for what?
I don't see a reason to object this.
He kind of looks down the line.
I do not see a problem. If the captain says so, then he said so.
Just out of nowhere, just slowly pull out a map and point and go and shrug, like.
Mm-hmm. The Pirate King, he points with his crab claw at you. And let me change stamps. Oh, load, please.
No.
Siri, load. No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Go fuck yourself.
So sorry.
Now it's loading. Sorry.
Try doing it
Sometimes
on
I
your
do
own for once.
Yes. I do it so it'll like I am being the person who's saying it, that way it loads. Because
Yeah.
sometimes that works.
He points and he goes, "No, I didn't say that they got very far, but it is a bit of a doozy." And he points like smack dab in the middle of Lindworm, and he points here.
Oh boy.
Why did I have a feeling that's what it was going to be?
He's ready to go deep sea diving, boys.
It's just a bad time to say that I can't swim.
You want?
I will take away all of your luck points because I know you bought stuff. um,
I put on my floaties.
yeah.
I imagine they do the Squidward like a walking noise, like. "Wah, wah, wah, wah."
And as you all were sailing into the king's throne, you did see like this kind of patch of islands and stuff within this center of this ring, but inside of that circle, you remember seeing a whole lot of shipwrecks and just other
Oh.
like very, very just not put together boats in the middle of that section. And the Pirate King goes, "Again, it's not like they made it far. We do have security here for thieves and what's a good word? Oath breakers?" So, have at it.
Okay.
I will prove myself a valuable asset, sir.
He just kind of blinks slowly at you, Ruby, and smiles, and goes, "Good to know that you use such choice words. Valuable asset indeed." And he just kind of slumps back and like returns to just kind of lounging on his throne, and he whistles just with his lip, and one of the red men come out and kind of start to escort you guys off.
Can I just start playing the violin as I walk out?
Yeah, for sure.
I really hope it's bad. I really hope it's
Roll
bad.
me that performance check, please.
Guys, if we all use our log points, we can make it a 0.
Well, I don't think you're gonna have to worry about that. I don't have a big proficiency.
Yeah, you keep saying that, and then you keep rolling well.
Guys, if we all use our log points.
No, absolutely not.
Well, actually, also it should be a +3 as well.
Mhm.
So it's an 18.
18. Yeah. As you kind of walk off playing, you hear the Fire King just kind of whistling along with your song as these big wooden doors close behind you all, and the female red man that escorted you in, that kind of had spoken directionally at Isaac, goes, "So you're headed to the Angler's Depths, I gather?"
It would appear that way.
Yes.
Well, I don't know what else to wish you than luck, because you'll probably need it.
Is there any story about that? Or is it particularly deep? Or is it just bad luck?
You'll find that out on your own. And she just kind of like starts to walk away from, like, again, just kind of escorting you guys with other red men from the King's Throne kind of out.
Okay, so what I've learned is anything, if somebody asks us any question, we gotta be as vague as possible. That's the true pirate way.
Isaac mutters under his breath, "I thought that's what we were already doing."
I Spartan kick him in the chest.
By the way, Arista, if he talks to you like that again, say the word and I will name him.
It is not the first time I have heard it, and possibly not the last time I've heard it. Usually, my usual tactic is to step on their feet, but Pirate King, not this time, and I do want. And also, he's ugly. I do not wish to get near him, so I do not wish to step on his feet or foot, and I will not get any satisfaction because I'm pretty sure whatever feet he has are, and they may go squish and stuff.
Did anybody else notice anything interesting about him?
Yes, I did. And I will tell Ruby about the noose on his neck, and anytime we talked about like Corona and all of that, like as Tam said.
Sorry, just to be clear, what happened every time we talked about Corona?
So, several times while discussing Herona, or like seeing you or like watching you get like a little bit flustered, it's like if someone were to take a rope and kind of like whip it, like that kind of just, or like tug it or that sort of thing, just kind of like that little jerk action, like that just kind of happened with the noose on his neck every once in a while.
Okay. the only reason I'm asking for specifications is Ruby's gonna go give that information to the owl.
Okay, yeah.
Alright, but one moment, and Ruby's gonna take out the sword again.
You're doing that right now, on still on the king's throne.
Actually,
Yeah.
that sounds
Yeah,
okay.
Let's not do that.
I was going to say, like, if you're going to do, let's do it somewhere else. You know, do it
Right.
in
Also, you did really good in there
I try.
when he said that thing about Arista and Herona. I think he was just trying to gauge your reaction.
Well, then, one for being calm under pressure. At least I try.
Well, you did good.
You.
Everybody's still upright. So
Yes, honestly, better than I thought. I thought for sure we were going to die.
I mean, at the very least, if he was saying what he was saying, if you had died, he might likely would have just kept him as a concubine or something like that. At least he was until he was bored. And Arista said that if that was like, that was perfectly natural. It's not like
Right.
I just got the
she
feeling
doesn't even seem
that
bothered.
I just got the feeling that he was a lot like my father was in a way, in that the best way to appease him is simply to appeal to his ego, give him what he wants to hear. Seems my intuition was right.
well, before we start going underwater to look for the black spot, maybe we do a little bit more investigation around here.
I think at the very least finding out why things keep why there's so many shipwrecks there and why people keep not being able to retrieve it would be work. And how deep is Angler's deep, because that could, depending on how deep it is, that could pose a problem for some of us, especially those of us not made for
No.
deeper
I
waters.
know where they're at.
Look, I am made for deep
How was
water,
your
but I'm
ramen?
not sure how
Was
deep
it spicy?
that would go.
Was it? I know, I
For
missed
long,
the
couldn't
whole
be great.
Here you go.
Oh, I should write a song about that, about being under pressure.
Oh yes, maybe like under pressure, breaking down. No, that doesn't go. No.
A giant copyright crow comes and pecks out your eyes.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, don't get us copyrighted.
Oh, thank God it wasn't the one with the big ears.
Yeah.
The mouse symbol.
No, we are
That
gonna
one's vicious.
we are just gonna keep the copyright crow around just in case.
Well, while we're here, we need to also look for the black talons.
And yes, that these would cause us who Ball was looking for, not what.
Ball, do you got any ideas, like what they look for, like where they hang around?
I'm unsure. All I know is the symbol that they wear.
Well, I'll give you a second to go through your notes, and you tell us what that symbol looks like.
It's a stack. Here, I will be your notes.
Buffering.
Oh,
Buffering.
thank you, nice.
Just for brevity's sake, and it's like a set of 3 talons, kind of stacked, or like 3 claws, like stacked on top of each other. Each one getting sequentially bigger.
Wow, Siri, that was very helpful.
You're welcome.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. Looking around here, what people like that would probably was it like the rat's nest or whatever? Is that where like a lot of people hang out at?
Yeah, Isaac was told that, and hey, I can be Isaac and not just be Siri. Isaac says, I was told that that was kind of the underbelly of this place, so that might be not a bad place to look.
Well, I don't know how you're doing it, but you're sounding way more relaxed than usual.
Oh, believe you me, it's not because of any reason. I'm still just not doing great. It's because Ruby got to talk in there and not me.
Well, you know what? You can lead us to the rat's nest, my liege.
No, Isaac put his faith in me and I did a good job. That means he did a good job, no?
And Isaac just kind of looks and goes, you didn't get us killed, so
That is the nicest thing you've said to me. I'll take it.
I don't. It's funny.
You don't need to go any further. Let's just let the words go right there.
Well, no, I was as Tam. I was gonna say when I played Arista, it was like, oh, I feel bad casting spells because I just hate I hate casting more than someone potentially like would do or whatever. I don't feel good as Isaac giving a compliment. That feels like just not something that I have the permission to do.
Just text him every time. Can I compliment someone?
Yeah.
I think that would be best. If you do ever have to play me, I don't give a damn how much spells you use. FYI. So
Well, I mean, as like that, or like getting characters into danger or whatever. Like for some reason, getting into a fight with Isaac, not the problem. Having Isaac say something nice, I don't feel like I have permission to do so. So, where are y'all going?
Well, I think there's only two places probably that they would be at. One would be the rat's nest, and the other one maybe the triangles. So right now we're closer to the rat's nest, so probably that one.
Okay. And just for, I did some math on my own last time after like talking through this, because I think Isaac asked how big this place is. You probably could get from like one end of this place to like the other if you were just like to sail that straight line. It would probably take you like half a day to 3/4 of a day if you were to circumnavigate everything and go kind of island hopping along the coastline. It probably could take you between 4 to 5 days to like go around the whole circle, depending on how much you dock. If you were just to like circle it, you probably could do it in like 2-3 days just sailing, and that sort of thing. So like to get from one thing to the other, it's still going to take some travel time, but it's not super insane travel time and that sort of thing. So this, I'm guessing this way, is that right?
yes.
Okay. As you all start to sail up towards the rat's nest, there is a small like loading dock here, but as you guys approach, there is a kind of little dinghy that comes out and goes, and this like dwarf shouts out and goes, "Are you docking for a while or just stopping by?"
What are we talking about here? Like an hour, a day? Like
Are you here for the night, or are you here for an hour?
At least a night or too, so I think a while would be best just in case.
I guess for a night.
Cool. We have a better dock on the other side for long term. You probably won't fit here very well. And so he actually like coaches and Damon kind of is there to help out. But he coaches that if you guys are probably wanting to stay here for a little bit of time, over here is probably the better place to dock for that. And as you guys start to kind of like make your way towards that dock, the sea, it like, the wind isn't like a ton here, but it's weird. Like the sea seems to kind of like assist you guys and kind of where you're at. Like the current that helps you doesn't entirely make sense to like go that direction, and then like for you guys to change course, it kind of like does it with you. Like feel very kind of like weirdly like moving sidewalk at an airport, like, oh, okay, we're going this way, and that sort of thing. As you approach, you see a series of bridges between these two islands. They are a very, very high up. So high that you all could very easily just like coast underneath it. But again, not necessarily the most like safe looking things in the world, but you do see a couple of people like going across it, and seeming to get from one island to the next. As you all are able to make your way to the long-term dock at the Rat's Nest, you are able to come ashore, and as you're guided into this harbor, you see in front of you, just like, it looks like Rat's Nest is a very appropriate name. It looks like there are buildings stacked on top of buildings. There's buildings with potentially multiple entrances, like all going into what look like the same building. There's garbage on the street. There's dogs barking. There's people hollering. There's people getting punched. There's a definite smell of booze in the air. Does not sound like a place that you either want to count as home, or if you do, you better have a little bit of a backbone to be here. So, welcome to the Rat's Nest. What would you all like to do here?
Hunt for rats.
You see a very large rat. So much so that he is bipedal. And he actually, like, just kind of walks through the streets in front of you. His tail is just, like, cut up, and it's almost longer because it looks like it got cut and then healed, extended, as he just kind of, like, walks into what you can assume to be a tavern with just the smell that's coming out of it.
There goes Master Splinter.
I was thinking the same thing.
Guys, don't worry. He's gonna die at some point in this story, but 4 turtles are gonna, like, you know, 4 turtles actually.
Oh, I've had my fill of turtles. I'm good.
Hey, Ratman, we have a really cool island to introduce you to.
Yeah, I mean, honestly though, those tools might not be so totally sure about it. It'd be a real cara bummer.
Dang it.
I am thinking about when Artem retires, he's opening up a pizza shop on the island.
The pizza shop is called the Sewer.
Yep. Okay, well, let's just do a little look around, just before we go really anywhere, just kind of look around and see if there's anybody that's fitting that description or has any of those emblems on them.
Okay. Whoever would like to, please feel free to roll perception checks for me.
Okey-dokey.
Well, I can
Yes, ma'am.
assist. I can assist Arista.
Okay.
See, where's my perception? There we go.
+3 isn't bad. It's not bad at all.
I got a 24.
I'm just
I
gonna
got
chalk
you.
up all of your great rolls too right now.
Wait, Arista, just crit fish real quick because I gave you assistance.
Right.
Okay.
Come
Let's see
on,
if
baby.
I...
Come on, baby. 27. Come on, you want to see it?
Okay,
Nah, be
okay,
25.
let's see. Yeah. So I think I would roll with advantage for that, wouldn't it? Or whatever. Or...
Roll one more time.
Just roll again at this point.
Okay.
Man.
It'd be funny if I got a net.
It would be so nice if you guys like rolled.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Yes! Yes!
I got that to
Yeah,
20.
baby.
I'm only joking.
Yeah, baby.
Yes!
Yeah.
You guys, I have secrets. I
No,
would like to
not
like.
anymore.
No, you do not have secrets. You do not have secrets, Sam.
Between the ridiculous perception rolls, between the ridiculous history checks, like, as a DM, I'm very grateful. You guys let me lore drop probably more than any other DM in history, but at the same time, I have things that I want you guys to find out later. It's okay.
We're
It's fine.
speed running. We're speed running.
We're
Literally-
speed running.
Can I tell you, that's probably the biggest reason why you guys can gab as much as you can, is because when you do go and do a task, you literally speedrun it. You guys spend so much time in, like, character creation and RP moments that it's like, okay, trade, move, A, jump. Okay, now we're back to the story. Awesome, cool. 19's the lowest. Fantastic. So the there are a couple of there are a couple of buildings that stand out to you guys as you guys are walking around. One is called the Hollow Coin. It seems to be a different tavern, and very much so, like, all across it there is like flyers and advertisements for some kind of fighting ring within it. There is several posters of like previous champions and everything. Arista, as you guys are kind of looking, probably like 4 or 5 posters down, there's just enough to like peek through that like you can probably like see like that much of that poster. You do see 3 talons within that page, and Ball, for sure, you as she kind of looks very quickly, as she's like peeling off this paper, you actually see her peel off like 1 or 2 more, and you guys see that there has been kind of like a reigning, revisiting champion. It seems like someone knocks him off for a minute and then he comes back and just absolutely just reclaims his title. You see a picture of a half orc who just like has one like really kind of gnarly tooth, and then there's one that's just like absolutely like just shattered. He has like just like the most disgusting sideburns. Like they should be braided for how long they are, but they're not. And he just kind of has like his arms crossed. And you see the title of the Duke underneath, and then like there's probably 4 or 5 of his pictures within this pile. Probably the next thing that next building that you guys would all notice is a. It looks like a church. If someone had built it and then pirates had absolutely decimated it, and then someone had tried to like maybe honor it to something. You don't see like a title for this place, but there is a huge symbol on top of it of a serpent. It looks like there's just a big circle, and it looks like the serpent is closing in on itself on that other side. And the next building that you guys would see is there is a building that seems to be what would be classified probably as a makeshift prison, potentially someone who just needs to go in timeout for a little bit, because who knows how much you can actually put pirates in prison. And this one very much so looks like an old lighthouse that someone had very much so built up to be this place. You see the phrase of the hooked tower, and it looks like there are several like anchors that almost look like they have been just like chucked into the walls of this place. And you definitely see on top of it there is a very large hangman's noose, and on a couple of these anchors you see hangings of skeletons and varying degrees of decaying people hanging off the side of this tower. They probably started at the top, and then depending on how decayed they are, it definitely increases the lower you get to the ground. Would not advise standing under that place for too long. You do come across another it almost just looks like a straight inn, potentially someplace that you could just like camp for, like stay over for the night. Doesn't look like there's like necessarily like a bar attached to it. You see this place called the Eel Beds, and probably the last place that you find here is, especially with all of your lovely there's technically two. The Maw, as you guys are kind of walking around, the Maw is kind of the main market in town. There's a lot of trade and stuff that happens there. You're often, like, you hear people mention it as you guys are kind of walking around. And then the Salt Vault is apparently the governing house here within the Rat's Nest. If someone has a problem with anybody else, they get shipped off to the Salt Vault. That is where punishment is either proclaimed, or if someone's potentially looking to hire or that sort of thing, that's where a lot of kind of the whatever you can call a bureaucracy within this insanity of a place would be happening at the Salt Vault. But yeah, between seeing the Talons at the bar that you guys had seen at the Hollow Coin, you do hear of people kind of like hinting, again, just because you guys all rolled incredibly well, there is talk that there is another fight coming up, probably when you guys are walking through the Maw, and there is talk of another fight coming up, and there is rumor that the Duke is going to reclaim his crown.
I stop them when and where.
These pirates just kind of look over to you and go, and they like just look at you, and one of them spits and goes, "Who's asking?"
I walk up behind him.
And then I just go, "We are."
And then like, and Arista points, especially him, to the very, very big.
Right.
No, let's all strike a Ginyu Force pose.
Yeah.
Tokusentai!
And that's where we're gonna end the session for today. Freeze frame.
Worth it.
Yeah, beautiful. And they kind of look at you, Ball, and go, take it you're wanting to do a matchup with the Duke. Haven't seen you around here before.
The thought did cross my mind.
You got a name, friend?
My name is Ball.
I mean,
Can
I also want to do the fighting stuff too.
They look to you and just like evaluate the height difference and like the girth difference between your shoulders and like, and they go,
I
"Can
mean,
we
I
dedicate-"
didn't say I was great at it, but I'd like to do it.
Just know that we're probably gonna bet against you, and that's probably gonna be money in our pockets if that's okay.
Oh, I'm not that great of a fighter. I just really enjoy doing it. So yeah, I think you should definitely bet against me.
Okay, hobbyist, great. You're not
Awesome,
gonna
I
last
didn't-
long in the ring at all.
Atom, are you really sure about this? I mean, you know you... Listen, I worry about you. I know you think it's gonna be fun, but...
The pirates then go, "Hey, we're gonna make some free money here. You shut your yap. You fight all you want."
I just want to give it my best shot. That's all. Just
Oh, and like one of them kind of like elbows the other one, is like, "Oh, look at the little glint of hope in his eyes. Yeah, buddy, we're gonna be for sure betting on you. And by betting on you, I mean betting against you."
Ruby's trying so hard not to smile throughout all of this.
Just at the just at the very least, make sure I can heal you afterwards. And try not, and I know, just don't get any broken bones. Those are the hardest thing to fix. Like like she just got what they're doing, and she plays up the worried woman.
oh, last time I just broke a couple things. They were good after a while.
Oh, those are the worst. They got the small bones and everything.
Yeah, but then I just put a bunch of bandage around it, so it was fine.
My healing is not that good. Lies because really it's pretty fucking good.
They look to you, Artem, and go, "Again, we're counting on you to make us money." You, on the other hand, and they like both look up at Ball. Should we bet on you or against you?
I couldn't care less.
I know you couldn't, but we do. So,
I mean, if he's saying what he's saying, it sounds like you should probably bet on him.
I turn and walk towards the hollow coin.
and one of them like grabs Artem really fast and goes, "Hey, does he have another name besides Ball?"
Oh man,
Jeffrey, I think.
the mighty Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, that's so much better than an entire fighting pit shouting "Ball" as we're all just saying okay, and like they just turn off and leave as Ball walks away.
Yeah, well, honestly,
Mostly
that
because
worked out way better.
Yeah. Mostly
But-
because it would be more intimate out of character. It's mostly how weirded out would they be? It's like, yeah, but sorry, Jeffrey is the
But
first thing.
Did they give us when and where the next part is?
Nope, they did not.
Hey, you two! I wasn't. When and where?
We're done.
You
And
know, but you said you wanted to make money.
we will.
Okay, so I'm gonna go kill those two. I'll be right back.
Oh.
And I start walking towards them.
Okay, so you're going to those friends. Really quick before that ball, you're headed to the Holocoin.
Yes.
Okay, sweet. As you approach, this place smells like piss and vinegar. It smells just like there's probably been way too many bar fights. A lot, like the wood here is oak cast, probably just like absolutely just saturated in whiskey and ale and like you know how like sometimes if like water like on driftwood and everything like the salt water kinds of builds up on it, it's like that but probably like leftover sugar from just like the oxygen like from just the process of so much ale and stuff getting chucked on these tables. It looks very appropriate for a sea like based tavern, but definitely not salt all of it.
My kind of place.
As you approach, it is loud. It is a absolute ruckus, and there is a fairly thin barmaid that like kind of makes her way to you, and she goes, "Do you need a table, sir?"
All I need is a drink and the Duke.
"Oh, I can get you one of those things," and she kind of like points over to the bar, and there is like a opening at the bar, and she goes, come, I'll get you that drink, and I'll get Ed to talk to you about the Duke, and she kind of like escorts you over to the bar and pulls and like gets you this mug of ale, probably like big enough to very easily fit your hand very well. And she goes, it's gonna be 2 silver for that, and I'll go get Ed for you. He runs the pit, as well as this place. So I'll be back. And this poor tired girl just kind of runs off and goes to get her employer for you. While you are drinking and waiting, Artem.
I just pan back, walking back, covered in blood. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, you're stronger.
Yeah. I did make them pay. They're
Brings me meaning to
two,
blood money. Sorry.
yeah, right. The two folks that were talking with you that very much so have just like completely disengaged and are walking away. You shout out at them and eventually they turn around. They go, "What? We had our piece. We talked with you. What else do you want?"
Oh, I'm sorry. So I get you didn't know the date and the place for the fight.
We just go when we know there's a fight. We know there's one coming up, but we don't. Do you see a pocketbook on here? Do you see a calendar?
He just looks at him, and he thinks about absolutely just casting
Just
darkness and
decimated.
murdering them. Like literally has the like whole thing in his head,
Yeah.
Right.
the vision of it, and then just goes, I'm sorry, my bad. And then starts to turn around and walk off from him. He's like, "Oh, they're dumb. My bad."
And one of them just shouts out and is just like, "Just go to the coin. They'll tell you. That's where the fights always happen."
That's all you had to say.
And one of them goes, "You didn't ask." And like they both just keep walking off.
Go kill him.
famous.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Your ball is both your shoulder devil and your shoulder angel.
In character and out of character.
Right. Yeah. No. Literally, it's like Kronk. You have Brad on one side playing ball, and then you just have Brad on the other side as Brad.
Pretty much.
As soon as he said that, I just start running towards the coin.
As the rest of you follow ball towards the coin, more so following Artem at this point, into the coin.
Yes.
The the barmaid that went to go get you her employer brings a very rough, stocky dwarf to you, Ball, and he goes, "Here you were looking for the Duke."
I am.
Does that mean you're looking to fight?
I didn't come here for the piss warm ale.
Well, I can rectify one of those for you. And he kind of just goes and he like grabs what looks like just a chunk of ice, and he like reaches over and just drops it in your drink. And he goes, "Well, there's a fee to sign up. Fight's in 2 days. What name can I put you down for?"
Ball.
Any title to that, like just the Ball, or
Just ball.
just Ball? Okay. And he like pulls out like this little ledger. He goes, "That's a 15 gold entry fee. If you win, you get the pot. If you lose, you get nothing. And if you tie, that don't exist."
I'll lay the 15 gold down.
He takes it and he goes, "It's tournament rules. You'll figure out who you're fighting tomorrow, and then we fight the day after. Sound good and well to you?
Easy enough.
Pleasure to meet you, Ball."
Same.
You need any, and like probably about this time is when your friends come into the bar, and you guys, amongst like a sea of pirates, like seeing Ball's like lighter skin, very nice armor and everything, he kind of sticks out a little bit like a sore thumb. You're very much so able to see that he is talking to this dwarf at the counter. Are you guys going to Ball, or where do y'all want to be?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll walk up the ball and just go, "Okay, well, I can't find wherever this fight's supposed to go or who we're supposed to talk to."
Already been taken care of.
And you see this dwarf just kind of like salute you from across the bar.
Oh, wait. Okay, you're the one that's putting on the fight?
Name's Ed.
Oh, nice to meet you, Ed. I'm Artem.
Nice to meet you too. I take it that y'all are crew.
Yeah, we're crew. We're on the Catfish.
Never heard of that one. Good name for a boat, though.
I like it. I like this one.
What?
So did you already sign up for it?
He did.
Oh, I also want to sign up for it.
He kind of looks at you and looks over to Ball and looks back at you and goes, "It's 15 gold to enter. Tournament style rules. win the whole thing, you get the pot. Lose, you get nothing. And if you tie, you don't. You fight till there's a winner.
Wait, are you fighting till someone falls unconscious or till they die?
It is completely dependent on the manner of which you fall down.
That's a fair point. Okay, well, I would like to sign up for that, please.
15 gold to enter.
I go through my pocket real quick. 15 gold. 15 gold. Here.
and he takes it.
Excuse me, I am not going to enter. Look at the small and trail. What if we want to just bet for people? Or is that a separate place?
There's no betting on the fights that I manage. And he goes, it's hard enough to do the math as it is. And he points over, and you see that there is another dwarf. This dwarf is older, very much so, kind of like a shorter beard, a little bit kind of, it has like a slight orange tint to it, but a lot of it is very gray. You see that there is another dwarf in kind of the crowd of people here who is just like knocking back drinks, and has very, very like fire red hair, and is just boisterous laugh, absolute just like massive like just figure and everything. And he goes, he'll point you to, I mean, he used to be the betting manager, but then he started winning the thing, so I had to kick him out for rigging. But he might be able to point you to who the new manager is.
When I sign up, do I have to put my name, or can it be any name?
I was just about to ask what name would you like, and he goes, what title can I put you for? And he kind of like puts it down on the.
Oh yeah, you can put me down as Egbert the Frail.
Egbert the flail, like the weapon, because that puts like fear in them and everything.
No, I don't want to give people the wrong, idea of me. No, frail as in like really weak.
Oh. Well, shoot, son. I pity your bones.
Like Arista's hearing all this, she is trying really hard not to laugh, but she knows as soon as she is noting down Arden's name, Egbert the Frail.
So we have ball and egg. Great.
Yeah, I'm more of an oval.
You have and like you see his brain just hurt a little bit for trying to like think of a joke. And he goes, I just got Cersei, but that's not any one of you, so well. He just kind of like closes the book, and goes, can I get y'all drinks?
Oh, a glass of milk for my weak bones.
Is goats okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So well, it's like, I am fine, and she is going to go over to the other dwarf to ask about betting on the upcoming tournament.
Okay. Ruby, do you want anything to drink?
That's a good question. I think just fit in the atmosphere, Ruby's just gonna have pretty much whatever is like the typical around here.
Okay.
You don't want to get in this tournament?
No, I'd have a drink and watch on the side.
And Ed goes,
Actually, I could get on the top. Wait.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got distracted by your friend, Ball here. Figured that you wanted just to do fists or weapons?
I could do fists, but weapons will work just fine for me.
Okay, that's a 10 entry fee. I apologize, Mr. Egbert. Did you want to do weapons or fists?
Oh, can I use legs as well as fist?
Fist just means no weapons.
Yeah, I'll do that one.
Okay. That one is the 15. So you are good to go. Mr. Ball. Sorry. Just Ball. Were you wanting fists or weapons?
I'll pull my hammer up and put it on my shoulder.
He goes, okay.
Wait, does that mean fist or weapons?
I don't. Does it mean? I thought that meant weapons. Is that right? Because if so, I owe you 5 gold.
I'll just nod.
And he like reaches in and he like just scoots the gold back across the table at you. And he goes, oh.
But wait, what if the Duke is only doing the fist one?
The Duke does both. He registered for both. Sometimes he drops out depending on how the competition's at, or if he doesn't think it's worth his time. He's the current reigning champion for weapons, though, so I think you, if you're looking for him, that's probably where he's gonna be this round. Yeah. And he just kind of like, again, this is just a lot of thought for this little old dwarf. And gets goes ahead and gets Artem, your goat's milk, gets Ruby their ale, and Ursa, you are going over to the very kind of outspoken dwarf as well. As you approach, like, several of his friends are just like you are, there's very obvious whistles and hoots and hollers as you're approaching, and you hear one of them go, my, don't see a siren out of the sea very often.
Oh, please, if that were true, you would not be here. I would feast on your bones, and I do not like, is it the dwarf who's saying this?
This is just one of his friends. There is a mixture of humans. It looks like there's several humans. It looks like a tiefling with their horns that have been cut off. And
but the person who is saying this, what species is he?
Human.
Yeah, if that were true, you would not have any bones on you. And looking by your stature, I don't think you have enough flesh for a salmon to eat. Pity though. Get a little bit more muscle and perhaps a siren fight. Please.
The human spits at your feet and goes, "You don't have enough flesh on you to have a fun time with anyway." And he kind of like goes back to drinking his ale. The dwarf kind of just like knocks at him and goes, "Ah, come on, let her be. What's up? You need." I was gonna say, what do you need? We're having a good time here.
I heard that you would know about a bit of betting with the upcoming fight, and I am interested in putting a little money on that.
Betting won't start till the actual fight, but it's depending on who you bet on. It's 50% of whatever you bet you get back if you lose. It's 150 that you get if you win. If you win the full pot, they take a percentage of that as well. So not a terribly bad bet, but if you do lose multiple times, say your person loses 2 fights in a row, you lose it all.
Good to know. I just wish to know, because one of my core friends decided to enter in, and I thought it would be nice for him to feel that even though uh, I know he is sweet and he's dry, but poor Egbert, he decided to enter in. But I know my other friend would probably do better. But either way, just good to know. So on the day, and on that day, who should I look for that betting?
There'll be betting tables about. I used to manage all that, but they thought that I was picking pockets, right, boys? And they all just kind of go, yeah, like, or all just kind of like, and they were so wrong about that. Like, they all just kind of rally around him as he's very much so poking fun at the fact that was his job. And he goes, probably you'll look out for Leah. She's a lot better at the numbers than the rest of us. Uh, she greenish skin, elf looking thing, right? And they're like, yeah, she kind of looks like she came just up out of a swamp or something. Can't miss her.
Good. I would. I was just going to assume maybe yes, because that is, or something like that. Would I even know what a swamp elf? Like, I would probably know what a swamp elf is like. So sorry, that is stupid.
I mean, with you being on the sea, probably not. I don't know if you I don't believe you've gone into many a swamp. They tend to be more inland things.
Yeah, so yeah, I wouldn't know. I'll probably just see it on the thing, but yes, you will.
Yeah. Green skin, pointy ears is basically the
Yes.
description that you're told.
And yeah, so that's the thing. Thank you. And at the very least, if she sees whoever's serving them, she slips them a coin. Get them what they. I do not know what. She gives the person a gold coin. It's like, get them a round of whatever. And then she walks off to tell the others, joins back her party, to tell them on what the information on that betting day is, and in 2 days' time. Yeah.
Okay.
On the day itself.
Yeah. You're all able to finish off your drinks, have a good time here, and it's loud, it's annoying, it's you often get like shoved with people either like getting decked into your back, like as there's active brawling that's happening behind you. Anything else that you guys want to do at the Hollow Coin?
Can I look around and see if there's anybody with the black talon mark on?
I'll ask you just to make sure. Ruby did enter that tournament, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Oh, sorry. Ed got distracted by the fact that he was worried he overcharged Ball. So that was 10 gold for Ruby.
Hey guys, can I borrow 4 gold?
Like, here you go, and like Arissa will give him 4 gold.
Isaac-
I'll get back to you, I promise.
Yeah, Isaac is just like sitting behind you guys, like with his hands like up, kind of like away. Like, this is a filthy place, and Isaac just does not want to be here.
Can I look around and see if there's any other people that have a black talon mark?
Yeah,
mark
for
on?
sure. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
I'm helping him with my just in case.
Okay. How do you assist? I mean, a 19 isn't half bad anyway. As you kind of like take a second ball and kind of look around, you see that in like the back corner of the hollow coin, there is a figure, looks to be a tiefling in nature. He has one horn that like goes up and crosses back across the other side, and it looks like the other one was broken off, and looks very much so like keeping an eye on all of you. You do see that on this figure across the face of this dark red skin, you see that there are 1, 2, 3 claws tattooed across the face.
I want to go over and talk to him.
Okay. As you approach, this tiefling looks to you and goes, "Well, good evening, friend. What can I do for you?"
It's an interesting tattoo you have there.
Thanks. There's quite a artist on the island over on Topside. Does wonderful work.
I was more curious if it stood for anything and get one for myself.
You're gonna have to earn this, unfortunately. Are you looking to join up?
That would depend. How does one earn said tattoo?
It's pretty easy. You go off on a pillage with us and do some dastardly deeds, and if we see them fit, you get this on wherever you would like to have it.
What kind of deeds did you do to get this?
Oh. I luckily was able to dispose of a library, and I was able to burn several figures within it.
Figures.
That's what we call people.
Where was this
We
library?
don't know. Oh, this one was over on the mainland, over on Tyr, not too far off of Skasa.
Do you know of any others that perhaps did something as simple as raiding a farm to get theirs?
Most recently, yes. There's the Black Talons is a crew that constantly kind of ebbs and flows depending on how our need is. And I do know that someone got their claws recently for a deed such as that.
Would they be here?
They may be. Who's asking?
Well, my name is Ball. I come from the
Nice.
mainland as well.
Tyr, or, and he kind of gives you a look down, sees your symbol, and he goes, Idun, is it?
Wrong goddamn.
He says Tyr, and then he pauses and he goes, Idun, is it? And your guy is very much so from Idun.
I need a map.
Yeah.
Let me find a map of the main world here.
There we go. Look, I have one.
Yeah, alright, there we go.
There we go. You're from over here.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. It's okay.
So he had mentioned that he had gotten his claws over on Skasa on Tyr, and then you said mainland and he said Tyr, and then saw your symbol and went, no, Idun, is it?
Okay, now it makes sense.
There we go.
Yeah, I got really
Everyone's
lost there for
talking
a
about the
minute.
goddess.
Yeah, I
okay.
really did.
It is not like you guys have this map in your head at all times.
Yeah, that was rough.
Now I
No, you're good.
So I'll just nod my head and ask him if the ones about the farm, did they get theirs from my doing?
One of them did. The others already carried theirs.
This is a normal initiation.
So sorry if you said something. Can you say it again?
So is this a normal initiation?
It's fairly standard. I mean, every different pirate crew has their own thing, but figure you're not a true pirate unless you know how to take a life.
And how many have you taken?
Let's see. Well, there's the library. Then there was the boat. Oh, and then there was the brothel. And then there was the... there was the undercutting merchant. And that poor little orphanage. Oh, that just absolutely broke my heart to just kill all of their caretakers. Do I need all my fingers to be able to count this, or is that enough of a number for you?
Do you have a name, friend?
Volish.
So, Polish, are you participating in this upcoming fight?
No, I don't get my hands dirty with such peasantries nowadays. I do know that there are several of my crew that are fairly interested in it. I know that the Duke is for sure going to try to receive a title. He often gets dethroned just by not being here.
Has he ever lost?
Not when he's here.
So one such as you, who is this great killer, is scared of a little bit of sport.
I wouldn't say necessarily scared. He just oftentimes is out pillaging and plundering. So if they call a fight while he's not here, the title moves to the next person.
Well, I wasn't referring to him in this case. I was referring to you.
Oh. Let's just say I don't necessarily fight fair, so I feel that it is in better interest to let the hoodlums wrestle and do their dirty work, and I will do my business elsewhere.
Well, Wallace, I appreciate your time.
Of course. Are you looking... And he kind of looks at your symbol again, and he goes, I take it that you already are part of a crew? Or else, why else would you be on Lindworm?
I am part of the crew. We sell the catfish.
Good to know. Listen, if you ever need more knowledge on the Black Talons, please, I'm more than happy to talk with you.
I will keep that in mind. But for now, I think I have what I need.
Well, good day to you. And he kind of like tips his hat. And as he tips his hat, you see on, and by tips his hat, I mean he's not wearing a hat, but like does the motion for it.
Milady?
Milady? You see on his palm there is a black spot that seems to be just like spreading slowly across his palm, but it looks like almost like a burn in his palm. And he kind of like tips to you and goes back to his drink. He has a very tall glass of what looks like some kind of wine.
Were they just like sitting in a booth in the back somewhere?
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as they're done talking, you just see this real quick. You just see Artem from the booth next to, like, booth over, just like slowly creep up.
Okay. And Volish looks.
And before he can see me, I just go back down.
And Volish just kind of smiles and chuckles, and he goes, "Well, as parting words, Ball, if you're ever looking for better company, please feel free to reach out."
Okay, I kill him.
Roll initiative.
Just jump over the booth.
Yeah.
I mean,
The last thing that this man sees is just boom.
I don't respond. I just walk away.
Yeah. As Artem is hanging on your back.
Just look back at him and go, hiss.
Like one of those angry big ass vampire kittens.
Ruby, you're not. If you're watching this, you feel so much pride. But if you're not watching this, there's just like this little tickle on the back of your neck of, oh, Artem did something.
Oh no, Ruby is absolutely watching this go down. I think.
For sure, yeah.
He's just watching the
This
whole
is
thing,
just-
just like, you know, I got us through that mess in the beginning. I think it's time they mess something up for us.
Yeah.
Let 'em have
I
fun.
get a drink.
I want to be like high school and just be like, get your own friend.
Like Arissa's just watching this in amusement. That's like, and she like jots down, like she is jotting this down, not for blackmail purposes, because she is not that kind of person, but she just finds this all amusing.
Right.
He'll
So
rue the
as-
day he messed with Egbert the Frail.
Yeah. As Egbert and Ball return to the bar to join up with Isaac, Ruby, and Arista, anything else that you guys would like to do within the rat's nest?
Ruby,
What?
would you be willing to do me a favor?
That entirely depends on what it is, but I'd like to say yes.
You see this gentleman in the back over here, the one I was just speaking with.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you might be able to follow him around without him noticing you?
I can do more than just that.
I'd just like to know where he goes, who he hangs out with.
Right, I think I can get that done. I finally get to use the sword feature of Pass Without Trace. I finally get to do it. Thank you, Ball. I've been wanting to do this for so long. I've been wanting to do this for so long.
I just love the idea of Ruby just like going into an alley by themselves and being like, oh my gosh, I get to do it. Clap. And like
He's actually like holding the sword, like jumping up and down, like, oh my god, yes, finally!
it's about time. It's about time. Speaking
Actually,
of,
I-
Before,
Oh,
if he
sorry.
does this, like I will definitely, like when we're not about, like somewhere hidden, Arissa will give, just in case I know Pass Without a Trace is he's like I will give Ruby inspiration, just in case. But in a place where nobody can see, because you know she doesn't want to reveal herself as a goddamn prophet, you know.
No, Ruby is 100% going to do the Boss Without Trace and try and stealth and follow this guy around.
okay, cool. Because you mentioned the sword, if you kind of duck off to have a moment to cast the spell, do you want to talk with the sword like you had mentioned before?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Hello? Hello?
We are going to hope and pray that I don't know why Bizin gives me such bad internet problems, but we're gonna try.
I think this realm just has spotty connection.
Yeah,
This
no,
golden
it's
realm,
he's the
yeah.
freaking god of knowledge of secrets and knowledge and like
Still
god
can't
knowledge
figure
and
out how the Wi-Fi
secrets.
really
It's just
works.
it's not good for the Wi-Fi's.
I just think it just has like 50,000 tabs in the background. That's why it's like. You
Oh,
know.
for sure. Oh, that's even better. He has not cleared his history recently. As you go to talk with Visit, just the voice comes to you and goes, "Yes."
So I met with the King of the Sea, Pirate King. Pirate King, that was it.
And you have information for me?
I can tell you what he looks like. I can tell you what he said. I can try and recall our conversation to the best of my memory.
Beautiful.
Everybody's gonna spend the next few minutes trying to like pretty much get through that. There's gonna be a moment or two he stumbled on. He was like, "No, wait, he said this. No, wait. Okay, yeah, no, it was this."
As you are speaking, there is what looks like a single row of parchment that like appears in front of you, and the words that you say form on the parchment. And then if you say no, like it scratches out. It's like someone is dictating your words for you.
Oh, I love that.
And like you are only seeing like one row of your words at a time. And you hear Vincent go, "Oh, that's perfect. I have no idea who messed with my books, but this is great. This is good to start somewhere again. Thank you."
Of course, I always keep my word.
Of course. And if anything, you have bought yourself some time. Please. And like you feel like the poof of like pass without a trace happen like shortly after that, please.
Thank you.
And Vincent goes, "Of course. Find out some more information for me and I may be able to grant you more."
Of course, anytime.
And the parchment just kind of like poofs in front of you, and you feel the presence of Visit just kind of dissipate off.
Right. Got myself some time. Let's do this. Who am I talking to? I'm alone. Ruby's just gonna then try and skulk into the shadows.
Okay. Ruby always talks to themselves. We all know this.
Oh no, 100%. Ruby always talks to himself, just in case Rona's listening. He wants to seem cool in front of her. He'll practice like one-liners into his mirror, like at night. Like.
Oh yeah. And as Ruby, you kind of go to like fade into the shadows in order to keep an eye on this this taloned tiefling. We are going to pick up there next week.
Oh, excellent. And someone remind me I have plus about Trace, so it's plus 10.
For sure.
Someone remind me of that.
That is why I did not roll it now. Sweet. Okay. Well, thanks everybody.
Thank you. Good game.
Thanks. You guys are totally speedrunning so much of this and I love it. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week and hope you have a wonderful week. And if you want to give a follow on the YouTubes or just keep enjoying us here on Twitch, that's great. But have a wonderful weekend, you guys.